I want to bring you back to Australian defence and foreign policy, and the Assistant Defence Minister or Defence Industry Minister, Pat Conroy, said this on the ABC the other day.
Submarine Rotation Force West is due to come to an end in the early 2030s.
I just want to understand that. Are you saying that US submarines will not be passing through Stirling after 2032?
The current plan for Submarine Rotation Force West is that it's a 5-year commitment beginning in 2027, and that when we're sovereign ready and receive our own Virginias, Submarine Rotation Force West is due to end. So this is a 5-year commitment.
This was extraordinary because that news was new to the Pentagon and new even to his own government.
And he's in Washington when he makes the statement.
Exactly.
I mean, Greg Sheridan, our colleague, wrote a very good column in the Australian newspaper yesterday, that is Tuesday, just absolutely beside himself about how incoherent and incompetent the Labor government has been on this subject. Now,
the point is he's completely wrong.
He is wrong.
US will be and Australia has agreed that US submarines will continue to use that port in perpetuity.
Well, it was left to the Defence Minister, who I think is a political grown-up, Richard Marles. He came through to mop up the damage and reaffirmed what the line is. Look, there are two ways of looking at this. One view is that Anthony Albanese, who is the disciple of Tom Switzer, the anti-American Labor minister in the Whitlam government, Anthony Albanese, both in opposition and in government, has done the right thing by keeping in place the foreign policy settings, AUKUS, the Quad, all designed to essentially contain China. It doesn't say that, but that's essentially what this is about.
Yeah.
So he deserves credit there. But on the other hand, he and some of his ministers have been completely incoherent about what AUKUS means, how long it's going to last for.
Well, he deserves credit for doing, I suppose you look at it the other way, because if he undercut this deal, it would be one of the worst decisions by an Australian government ever, right? But you get to the heart of the matter, and that is that you have some sort of right faction grown-ups in the government. You think of Don Farrell, you think of Richard Marles, but it's essentially run by the socialist left, Penny Wong and Anthony Albanese. It's not in their instincts to support the US alliance and a future deal like AUKUS.
Well, traditionally speaking, the left wing of the ALP has opposed the US alliance, opposed all the various initiatives to enhance military cooperation, even at the height of the Cold War. So it's not surprising. But what is interesting, though, is that Albo, a man of the left, a disciple of Tom Switzer, he is keeping faith with AUKUS.
He is.
So that's worth recognising, despite the nonsense of Pat Conroy.
But it worries me because it's so clearly not a natural fit for many in the Labor Party. But
the Greg Sheridan column's worth reading. It was very good.
It sure is. Don't plug Greg's column, plug my column. That was a riff. No, and yours. Thanks very much. We'll catch you next week.